Hey, it's Jamie, the urban wine buff, and welcome to Alphabetically Wine. Today's letter is the letter O, so I'll be discussing oak. Now, whenever you hear someone refer to a wine that is oaked or oaky or it has some oak on it or something like that, they are referring to a wine that has been aged in oak barrels as opposed to steel or concrete tanks. The presence of oak matters greatly because it affects the wine's flavors, aromas, textures, and even the price. Now, when we talk about a wine's aromas and flavors, if you have an oaked wine, you might taste notes of caramel, butter, coffee, toffee, smoke, wood, spices like nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, things like that. Now, there are different types of oak barrels. You have American oak and French oak. So those are the main types. For the American oak barrels, they impart flavors and aromas that are sweeter and more bold. So you might have a heavily oaked Chardonnay from California, which is common for that. And it might be really buttery, really sweet. Well, not sweet like Moscato sweet, but sweeter, round, big, creamy, and it tastes like caramel. So that's one style of oak. For the French style of oak, you might get a Chardonnay like the one that I have now. This is a white Burgundy. White Burgundy is always Chardonnay. That's another tidbit of information. But you might have a white Burgundy like I have here that has some French oak on it. And the style is a little more subtle, but the flavors are a little more different as well. So there's some oak, but instead of like caramel and things like that, it's more spicy. So I definitely taste like clove and cinnamon and things like that. So that is the difference between American oak and French oak. Now, as far as the price goes, now these oak barrels can get really pricey. These winemakers spend thousands of dollars. They can spend like $2,000 and $3,000 on one oak barrel. Okay, so when they do that, they are investing their money into making this wine great and making it taste the way that they need it to taste. So that cost is going to be transferred to you when you buy it at a restaurant, and when you go to the store and buy it, your bottle of wine might be more expensive than those that are not oak for that reason. Now, as a result of that, some winemakers resort to using oak alternatives. So they have alternatives like wood chips, wood blocks, wood staves that they just sit in the wine and just let them just impart the flavors that way, as opposed to purchasing a $3,000 oak barrel. Okay. Now, when they do the oak barrels, though, there are so many factors that play into how the wine tastes and how it's going to come out. Okay, so smaller oak barrels, for instance, impart more flavor because you have it just has the more opportunity to reach more of the wine, so the flavor is going to be stronger with smaller oak barrels. Also, oak barrels that are new, that haven't been used before, they impart more flavors and aromas and even tannin into the wine. Okay, another thing that contributes to how it works is the toastiness of it. So when an oak barrel is made, they actually fire up the wood, so it's toasted on the inside. So you can have a barrel that's lightly toasted, medium toasted, heavily toasted. So the more heavily that it's toasted, the more impact that it's going to have on the wine. So those are just some things that contribute to the oak barrels and how they affect the wine's flavor, texture, price, all that. Another thing I want to add is that all different types of wine can be oak. So it can be white wine like this Chardonnay. It can be a red wine like a Cabernet Sauvignon. It just depends on the winemaker and what their vision is for the wine. The more you taste, you'll be able to figure out which wines are oak, which wines aren't. You can also Google it if you have to, just to know what you're buying. Another way to know if a wine is oaked or not, ask the person that you're buying for them. So whenever you go to a wine store, you can say, hey, I want a Chardonnay, but I don't want an oak Chardonnay, or I do want an oak Chardonnay. They'll be able to point you in the right direction. So that's all I have for oak today. Let me know what you think. Do you like oaky wines? I particularly love oaky wines, especially the oaky wines from the oaky Chardonnays. I love to pair them with my popcorn at the movies. But everybody doesn't like that. That's fine. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your opinions are. Have you had an oak wine, unoaked wine? Let me know. Go ahead and leave a comment here. But until the next time, go ahead and like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that. And meet me at the next video.